I hope I am audible to all of you. Okay, so uh, as we started, as I stated in the first class also, that these classes are going to be very much interactive, and the focus of these classes are the not giving you a bulky material, but to give you a very small material, but the content should be very much covered for the purpose of UPSC 2021. So this is the interactive PDF which you have. See, all this PDF is having a lot of diagrams which will help you in easy revision, which will help you in grabbing the things in easy way. So it can. So I'm starting the current affairs from 1st January to 10th of January, right? So see, during this time, if we start, so what all have happened? COVID was there. The most of the issues will be surrounding the COVID and the lockdown, post-lockdown, the economy related issues. So it will be surrounding that only. So what happened that this China actually, China um, organized this South Asia multilateral meet. And in this South Asia multilateral meet, India was not there. That's the important point to be noted. So who all will be there? 5 countries will be there. This was the third meet organized by China in January. Pakistan, Afghanistan, Nepal, Sri Lanka, and Bangladesh. So these all 5 countries will be there along with you can see these all 5 countries will be there along with this China in this South Asia multilateral meet. So what was the aim of China for this? What was the aim of China for in this? China का aim क्या था? What was the aim of China for this meet? The aim was to fight the harm of COVID. So to ensure cooperation among all these countries, among all the South Asian countries, along with China, to have the cooperation for fighting COVID. But there is a geopolitics involved in that. You see, India is the important member in South Asia, playing a key role, but India has not been invited. So that and the goal was this, but when the participation happened, the discussion was also on OBOR, One Belt One Road initiative. So this is what happened. This is the issue which happened. The next is Project Eco. To expand its business purpose, strategic purpose, rather you can say, because not just the cooperation for fighting the COVID was there, discussion was on OBOR. So not just economic purpose, but strategic purpose was also engaged. This is also understood by this South Asia multilateral meet. So next is Project Eco. Project Eco, So देखो सबसे पहले ये समझिए कि this Project Eco is not a project by WHO or Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, but it is a project by scientists. What happened that University of Mexico Healthcare Services, their there are certain some Indian scientists, they realized that specifically in hepatitis C, hepatitis C and HIV, the healthcare benefit is not. What is the strategic purpose? Please explain. India is not being called, and the discussion is on OBOR. That is what is the strategic purpose. On the name of cooperation for fighting COVID, the discussion is on Belt and Road Initiative, and Belt and Road Initiative is the Belt and Road Initiative is a very ambitious project of China to control Indian Ocean region, to surpass India. So that's the strategic purpose which is involved. Are you understanding? Okay, chalo. Moving ahead. So Project Eco, what happened that University of Mexico scientists, they realized that this knowledge of hepatitis C and HIV is not being delivered to the grassroots level. So what they did, they started giving training to the primary healthcare services all across the world. And this primary healthcare services gained the information about this hepatitis treatment of hepatitis C and HIV prevention, and which benefited, which helped in providing a quality care by the through this project. So this is what is the model of this Project Eco. People need easier access to specialty care. So that's what is the aim. But there are not enough specialists to treat everyone, specifically in rural areas. So Project Eco uses the specialists to train primary care clinicians remotely. And primary care health workers will be trained remotely to treat hepatitis C type of disease. So now what will happen? There will be more inclusive healthcare because more doctors and nurses can provide specialty care to their patients. So this is what is the idea. This is what is the, you can see the right care, right place, right time. And for patient, for provider, they will acquire new knowledge. They can treat more patients. They can build community of practice. Community here, because of inclusive healthcare, it can reduce disparities, it can retain providers, keep patients local. System, it can increase access, improve quality, and reduce costs. So this is what is the Project Eco. If we talk about this World Food Price Index, so it's a food and agriculture organization. It is a Rome-based organization of United Nations. You should remember that. So World Food Price Index is calculated on monthly basis, where cereals, oil seeds, dairy products, meat and sugar products will be on the basis of this World Food Price Index will be calculated. So what happened? You can see there is an index in 2011. It will create a new peak. In 2011, it will have a new peak, and the highest it will reach, the World Food Price Index will reach highest in 2011. And now in 2019 and even in 2020, the inflation is there, but it has not been able to cross the 2011 peak. That's what is the idea, to show these two graphs. And here you can see it is somewhere around 180, but here in 2011 it has created a peak of around 240. So this is the idea. So World Food Price Index is published by whom? Food and Agricultural Organization, which is Rome-based organization. It is a agency of United Nations. Okay. Then there is International Organization for Securities Commissions. International Organization for Securities Commission. Why it was in news? Why it was in news? Because India became the associate member for International Organizations for Securities Commission by opening an office of International Organization for Securities Commission in Gujarat, Gift City. So there was an office which was opened in Gujarat, Gift City. You can see this organization was brought in 1983, and this is International Organization for Securities Commission. Securities means it is related with the stock market, and its member regulate 90% of the world securities market. You can see that, and they set, all the members will set global standards for security regulation, and it will also promote, yes, it will also promote global standards for security regulation. It will also promote consistent high standards also. Then it identifies regulatory issues and they will find the solutions for it. So this is basically the idea of International Organization for Security Commissions. So why it is in news? Because in Gujarat, Gift City, it has opened an office and India became associate member of this. It is not an organization of what? It is not an organization of United Nations, or it is a civil society organization to manage the security commissions. Okay. Quantum entanglement. This is the quite important concept. You should understand this. So if I say that according to Newton's law, according to Newton's law, the ball will fall on the ground. Free fall will be on the ground according to Newton's law. And when it hits the ground, then it will go up. Then again, it will come under the influence of gravity and it will fall on the ground. Are you understanding what I'm trying to tell? So this is what? This is classical mechanics. Classical mechanics. You are observing all these phenomena in day-to-day life. So that is classical mechanics. But if I say that micro level or atomic level, let's go to atomic level, photon level, atomic level, the mechanics which will be there will be what? Will be quantum mechanics. It will be called quantum mechanics. And this quantum mechanics will be what? Here you can see this laser beam. Now light will have two characteristics. Light will have two characteristics. One is it can behave as wave. It can also behave as particle. So when light behave as wave, it will be like electromagnetic radiation. When it behaves as a particle, light will be considered the packets of photon. So when this laser beam is passed through a crystal, there are two deviations of lights. You can see it here. So what is quantum entanglement? You understood quantum mechanics. Quantum mechanics means operating at photon level, operating at nano level, which is not clearly observable through naked eye. If you can observe it through naked eye, that will be classical mechanics. That will be classical mechanics. So this is the quantum mechanics. Okay. So now understand what is quantum entanglement. Quantum entanglement will be what? Quantum entanglement will be those who are not able to listen to the sound, that is because you have not enabled sound from, yes, you have not enabled sound from your device. So please call over internet option. Enable your sound from call over internet option. Okay, so quantum entanglement will be two particles. These are the two particles, two photons. Single light will be deflected into two photons, but these two photons are deviated in such a way that it cannot be, the nature of any of the photon cannot be explained in isolated way. Rather, to understand the nature and behavior of this photon, both the photon must be understood together. So that is the idea of entanglement. Both the phenomena which is happening together. So it is generally visible at the quantum level, at the nano level, at the macro as subatomic level. So this is quantum entanglement. UPSC sometimes surprises by asking you these code names. What is H5N1 or H5N8? So H5N1 or H5N8 is the avian influenza. Avian means avian is referring here to words. So avian is referring here to words. So these are basically the viruses influencing the words. And to treat this avian influenza, National Avian Influenza Plan has been brought. And who has brought that? This plan is brought by Ministry of Fishery and Animal Husbandry. Ministry of Fishery and Animal Husbandry. And Dairying also. Ministry of Fishery, Animal Husbandry and Dairying. Dairy products wala hota hai, that is dairying. So this ministry is very recently in 2019, it is created out of Ministry of Agriculture. Or a Ministry of Agriculture say this ministry has been created. So you should remember that. The next important component which is present in January current affair is this digital payments index. So digital payment index is brought by RBI. RBI has brought this digital payment index. So understand, now since it is by RBI, so it becomes important. Why this has been brought? This has been brought to capture the extent of digitalization in the economy. What is the extent of digitalization in the economy? So for this payment index, there are various parameters like payment enablers, payment enablers which all medium can enable the digital payment. For example, internet, mobile, Aadhaar, bank accounts, participants and merchants. Or payment infrastructure, demand side, and payment infrastructure supply side. Demand side like debit card, credit card, prepaid payment instruments, customer registered mobile banking, fast tags. Supply side, which all can facilitate supply those payments, bank branches, business correspondents, ATM, a point of sale, QR codes, intermediaries. Or payment performance, how good it is performing, or consumer centricity, how much it is consumer centric. So see, highest weight is given to payment performance, that is 45%, and least weight is given to consumer centricity. So you will say, sir, there is why this consumer centricity is given the least weight? Because digital payment index, for doing digital payment, the one of the most important criteria is the security of finances, digital financial security. So that is the consumer centricity. Why consumer centricity is given very less importance? Consumer may not necessarily be aware all the time. So payment performance, which will include, or all these will include the security features, will be given more weight. That's why it has been given more weight. So digital payment index. See, I want you people to participate also. I want you people to participate also. Then it will be a two-way thing, and it will be more beneficial for you. So you can just sometimes you can unmute yourself and you can just talk to me. so that I could also understand whether you are understanding or not. So to capture the extent of a digitalization, this is digital payments index. So it is by RBI. You should remember that. Report on lightning strikes. What is report on lightning strikes? Report on lightning strikes. Achha, tell me, this time there was a lot of incidences that because of lightning, a lot of people in Bihar and UP region has died. So why does this happen? Why does this phenomena of lightning happen? And what is this phenomena of lightning? So you know about the cloud formation. Can somebody explain about the phenomena of lightning? Can somebody explain?
Because of the intense convection on moist days, the clouds formation takes place and the diffusion of charges basically result in lightning.
Yes, yes. Friction of clouds. No, the last line is important. If I say this is the cumulonimbus cloud, this is the cumulonimbus cloud, suppose. So what will happen that because of its vertical extent, there is a vertical extent to cumulonimbus cloud. Here you will have the charge separation. There will be charge development which will be there. And what will happen when it rains? When it rains, these two charges will flow towards each other, which will result into lightning. Which will result into lightning. So this is the phenomena. So when lightning happens, so you must have seen a phenomena that on a house there will be an earthed wire which will be placed on the house to control the lightning. That's a very traditional method, but a very efficient method. And why this protects the house from this lightning? Because this electricity which will come, it will be absorbed by this and it will be transferred to the ground. So you will see that those people who are traveling in a car, these kind of questions can be asked in UPSC, conceptual questions. Those people who are traveling in a car, they will not be impacted by this lightning. Why is that so? Because this is an isolated system. There will not be the flow of current from this car to the earth. So there should be a suitable medium to flow of current, then the lightning will impact. So this is the idea why lightning impacts. So what is important? What is important in this? The Climate Resilient Observing System Promotion Council, CROPC, which is a non-profit organization. It is working with IMD. This monitors and collect information on lightning effects in the country. This is what? This is a non-profit organization, civil society organization or NGO, which is collecting the information on lightning. And this is how this the phenomena of lightning is understood. So this will help in forecasting the lightning, the prediction of lightning, and in turn the mitigation of the effects of lightning. Then there was the idea of this Sul Paneshwar Wildlife Sanctuary, or the name of this wildlife sanctuary is also Dhumkal Wildlife Sanctuary. So where can be asked about the location of this? Although I have given a separate list of location of the locations which can be asked, and uh, we will be putting that on the map towards the end once the month class is over. So let's see this Sul Paneshwar Wildlife Sanctuary is here. This is Dhumkal. You can see that. This is Dhumkal. This is Madhya Pradesh. This is Rajasthan. This is Gujarat. You can see other protected area networks. Nal Sarovar Wildlife Sanctuary. Chinkara Narayan Sarovar, Kutch Desert, वर्धा एक बार देख लो कि जदिया, मरीन नेशनल पार्क, हिंगलोगढ़ है ना, वेलवदार, गिर लायन, गिर and गिरनार are there only. This is Nal Sarovar, this is Jasor, है ना, this is Ratan Mahal, this is Bansda. So these all are there, है ना. So Dhumkal, this wildlife sanctuary is important to protect this sloth bear, and this sloth bear is having the status of what? The sloth bear will have the status of vulnerable. These are vulnerable, है ना. IUCN status is vulnerable. So you should remember that they are also, UPSC is also asking that. So what happened? Why this was in news? Because it is in the Narmada, near the Narmada river, near Statue of Liberty only, and in the Narmada district of Gujarat also. So it was notified eco-sensitive zone, and it was notified eco-sensitive zone, and center notified it, and it was opposed by the local tribes. Two tribes was opposing that. That is Basavas tribe and Tadavi tribe. These two tribes were opposing this Dumkhal sanctuary or Sulpaneshwar wildlife sanctuary. So this is what is there. Tampon tax. What is tampon tax? Or what is the idea of this period poverty? Period poverty, because this is about the menstruation cycle. What happened that because the sanitary pads are taxed. Tampon means the soft material which is used in the sanitary pad. So because that is taxed, the sanitary pad cost will be more, and because of that cost, the women, rural women or poor women, will not be able to uh, use those sanitary pads, will result into period poverty and will result into various kinds of infection. So why it is in news? Because recently this United Kingdom government abolished this tampon tax, and India has already abolished this VAT on sanitary pads in 2018. 2018, this tampon tax was already abolished. Then come to a thing. This is woolly rhino. What is woolly rhino? This rhino is having wools. So is this found now? Is this found somewhere? No, it is not found somewhere. It is basically its fossil has been found. It is uh, the it is found during ice age period, and where the fossil has been found, this Tirek Teak river bank. So where is this Tirek Teak river bank? So if I say this is the this is Russia, so this is in the extreme north. This region will be what? This river, and there the fossil of this woolly rhino has been found. So this kind of question can be asked, where this woolly rhino fossil has been found. Then this is what? Look at the nose. What is this? This is a bat. This is a bat. This is kolar leaf nose bat. Kolar leaf nose bat. It is endemic to India. It is endemic to India, and it is critically endangered. So very important. 5-star. Very important. Kolar leaf nose bat. It is found in Karnataka. Even it is present only in single cave. So this is critically endangered. So this is from the environment section. This is strictly 1st to 10th January. Okay, I will move on, and then we will be giving you the information regarding the 10th to next. In next class we will be discussing from 10th to 20th. The blight this tragopan, है ना? The blights tragopan. This is found. This is a bird in. This is found in Nagaland, and it is vulnerable. Look at this. This bird is blights tragopan, है ना? This is the bird which is found in where? Nagaland. Nagaland, and this is the IUCN status is vulnerable. So you should remember that. Hai. Then the rufous naked hornbill, where it will be found? It will also be found in Nagaland. This is rufous naked hornbill. So this will also be found in Nagaland. Nagaland. Hai. Its IUCN status is vulnerable. Hai. These are species in news. Hai. Then dark rumped swift. Dark rumped swift. Dekho, this is dark rumped swift. Hai na? This is also vulnerable. This is also found in Nagaland region. Hai na? So all these three will be found in Nagaland region. Then look at this. This is from society side. Hai na? Longitudinal aging study of India, LASI survey has been released by Ministry of Health and for Family Welfare. Dekho, longitudinal aging study in India. This is a Ministry of Health Care and Health and Family Welfare initiative for better health care of elderly person. And what is it called in a technical term? That is called geriatric care. If UPSC is asking you about that is geriatric care. This is geriatric care for health, economic and social care. Now understand this. Antarctic ozone hole is expanding. What is the reason? What is the reason for expansion of Antarctic ozone hole? You should understand this. Strong state.
Greenhouse gas.
Yes, tell me.
The greenhouse gas that is increasing the temperature of Earth. That's why the Earth is getting more and more warmer. That's why it is creating this kind of ozone hole, except that ultraviolet ray is getting in, and that's why this kind of phenomenon, that this kind of mishaps in the nature is going on.
The reason for expansion of ozone hole is not greenhouse gas, but the halo radical. Halo radical is what? What is halo radical? Halo radical. Halo radicals are chlorine radical, bromine radical, or iodine radical. These are halogen family radicals. Okay. So halo radicals will be released. We have got certain protocols to prevent that. For example, Montreal Protocol, which banned chlorofluorocarbon. Montreal Protocol. Earlier, Vienna Convention was there, Vienna Protocol was there, and then Montreal Protocol, and then it has been further extended to Kigali Agreement. So Vienna Protocol, all these are for protecting ozone layer. Vienna Protocol, Montreal Protocol, this is Kigali. So ध्यान से समझिए थोड़ा Kigali agreement. ध्यान समझिए, there will be concepts in that. So why Antarctic region is witnessing the ozone hole expansion? So I'll say, look at this. Okay, let's come here. So what will happen that I'll just explain you in more detail. This is sun, and from sun, what will happen? The energy which will be coming, it will be more. So energy is more, E equal to Hc by lambda. Lambda is lambda is more. If lambda is more, then E will be less. So when sun is releasing the energy, here lambda is less. When lambda is less, this is called short wave radiation. So sun will release what kind of wave? Short wave radiation. And in a stratosphere, you will have the ozone layer. stratosphere, you'll have ozone layer. Ozone will be there. This ozone will reflect this ultraviolet rays and will protect the earth. This is the role of ozone. But some short wave will come and it will penetrate deeper. It will be absorbed by earth. Earth will absorb that. And then earth will also cool down. While cooling, it will re-radiate. It will re-radiate what? It will re-radiate long wave radiation. And since here we have got the air mixture, because of this earth's radiation, this long wave radiation, the earth's atmosphere will be created. This is the atmosphere. So highest amount of radiation will be on equator. So here you will have the atmosphere or troposphere, which is at as high as 18 kilometers. And here you will have the stratosphere. And here you will have 6 kilometers polar region में. So let's say this is Arctic region and this is Antarctic region. Arctic region, this is Antarctic region. Antarctic region. Are you understanding that? So now you must have heard about this Arctic or Antarctic ozone hole. You have never heard about this equator ozone hole. Have you heard about this? No. Why is that so? Because the stratosphere is close to the ground, 6 kilometers only in this region. And somehow if chlorine radical, or let's say chlorine radical, is going into the ozone layer, it is creating ClO plus O2, but this is unstable. So ClO will again break into chlorine radical plus oxygen radical, and this O3 will again meet with oxygen radical in order to create oxygen molecules. So one chlorine radical has the potential to damage multiple ozone molecule. Until and unless this chlorine radical meets with another chlorine radicals, it will not be in the stable form. It will be damaging. Even bromine radical will have the more damaging capacity. So are you understanding that? So the idea, this is the reason why ozone hole is created. This is the reason. Yes, tell me.
So short waves are coming from sun. Then while getting cooled, Earth is radiating long wave. How can be this possible, sir? Please let me know, sir.
Yes, Earth will always radiate long wave, because long wave means what? This lambda is the wavelength, and this wavelength is more. This wavelength is more, then energy will be less. So that's why I told you that from sun, the energy which is coming, or the earth with the energy which is radiated back, which one will be more? Obviously, sun is the source of energy. So the energy which is coming from the sun will be more intense in comparison to the energy released by the earth. Are you understanding that?
Yes.
So this is the long wave, and this long wave, if you wanted to discuss deeper, I can go further deeper, and I'll tell you why this short wave is coming here, but this long wave is not able to go out from this troposphere. Why this long wave is not able to go out from this troposphere? Why is that so? So the idea is very simple. If you have a big bamboo in your hand, and if you have this is a small room, can you take this bamboo to this corner?
No,
No,
sir.
no, it will be very difficult. In comparison, you have a small bamboo. You cut, this is a long wave thing, long wave, and this is short wave. Which one will be more penetrative?
The short one, sir.
short wave. So obviously, that's why sun's short wave will be coming to the earth. It will be absorbed by the earth, and then earth will radiate back long wave radiation. And this long wave will be trapped, and because of this trapping only, it will be trapped in this the various gases. Here you'll have oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, argon. All these gases will be there. So this will be trapping the long wave, and that's why this tropospheric boundary will be created. Now are you understanding?
Yes.
Are you understanding the phenomena? Yes.
Yes. And sir, one more question.
Yes.
Sir, if CFC is now banned, then what are nowadays we are using something at least to cool the refrigerator or something. Then if CFC is banned,
Yes.
what is
CFC is
permitted, sir?
the HFC was hydrofluorocarbon was permitted, but it was understood that even HFC hydrofluorocarbon is having a lot of greenhouse potential. So on the one hand, we can control the ozone layer depletion, but HFC is increasing the what greenhouse gas effect. So now we are using liquid ammonia. Now we are using liquid ammonia as a liquid for this air conditioner or for this refrigeration purpose. So HFC has also been banned, or it has been banned under this Kigali agreement, because this Montreal protocol is binding on all the nation. समझ में आया? So there is one more concept. Why it is expanding? It is expanding because of a strong and stable polar vortex. So what is this idea of polar vortex? What is this idea of polar vortex? That can also be asked by UPSC. So if I say this is the equator, from here you'll have Hadley, Farrell, and polar cell. Let's see. So here you will have this. This is the polar cell, and similarly you will have like this. This is the polar cell. So here what will happen, that the polar winds will be expanding all round. Here there will be anticyclonic movement. It will be going outside, and if you have observed, if you have studied geography nicely, then you must be knowing that there will be a polar jet stream which will be present there. There will be a polar jet stream which will be present there. So because of this polar jet stream, here in this region, the anticyclonic movement of this is Hadley, Farrell, and polar cells. Cold winds, anticyclonic movements of the cold winds are called polar vortex. What is happening? What is happening in polar vortex? Because of this polar vortex, there will be a Rossby characteristics. देखो ये सब keywords हैं which can be asked. Rossby characteristics will be developed in this. Let's say this will have Rossby characteristics. Rossby characteristics means sinusoidal nature. This jet stream will be moving in sinusoidal nature. It will be moving like sine curve. It will be moving like sine curve. And because of that, these winds will be coming in this zone. These winds will be coming in this zone, and this zone. अब देखो, अगर if you see the world map, here you will have this region will have this this region will be developed countries, and these developed countries will be emitting the chlorine radicals or bromine radicals or iodine radicals, which will be depleting the ozone hole. Similarly, this region, because of the Rossby, the polar vortex is coming in this region, so that will also be impacting the ozone layer, because near the pole, यहाँ आपको पता है कि near the poles what will happen, tropospheric height will be very less. Tropospheric height will be very less, है ना? So stratosphere, that is ozone layer, will be closer to the ground. So understand, this is there are a lot of concepts which I talked about. Am I clear, or you have any confusion at any point?
Sir, if developed countries are using so much of bromines, then which industries do they have that they are using so much of bromines and emitting that?
It is mainly in the refrigeration purpose, refrigeration based industries.
But sir, for refrigeration purpose, previously it was CFC, then HFC, then liquid ammonia. Then where is bromine, sir, for refrigeration?
Bromine is also being used. Bromine is also being used if you wanted to refrigerate things, at very less temperature. There are various places where this bromine radical and chlorine radical can be used, even for compressing the foam. You use foam for compressing the foam. This bromine radical or this chlorine radical can be there. So for compressing the compressive liquid, this non-compressible liquids will be used at multiple places, even in hydraulic jacks at multiple times. This will be used as an efficient tool. So these are the main sources. So in industries at multiple places it is being used.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So this is the Antarctic ozone hole. Then there is Twicathon 2021, है ना? So Twicathon, ध्यान से समझिए, है ना? The themes of Twicathon is social and human values, the learning, education and schooling, Indian culture, history and knowledge of India and ethos, Divyang, physically handicapped, environment, occupation and specific fields, fitness and sports, and here you will have the prizes which will also be given in Twicathon. Twicathon means what? Here on all these issues, our honorable Prime Minister has asked young talent of our country to take inspiration from the cultural heritage and making games, making some sculpture, making some textile, which will be used, making some toys which can be exported outside, and to promote this culture of innovation, to promote this textile industry, this Twicathon 2021 has been created. Okay. Then National Internet Exchange of India. This is a non-for-profit organization, registered under Section 8 of Companies Act, NICSI. So it basically manages the internet protocols in India. So National Internet Exchange of India, NICSI. Okay, these are the locations which you need to highlight on the map. I will also be highlighting, but I will be highlighting once I complete the whole month locations. Then I will take a class, take a session, and I will highlight that. So Joku Valley will be on the border of Nagaland and Manipur. Puli Varje Wildlife Sanctuary will be in Nagaland. Kochi Mangaluru Natural Gas Pipeline will be created under One Nation One Grid initiative. Diporville is a Ramsar site under Assam. Virunga National Park is not in India, it is in Democratic Republic of Congo. Morgala Alapatna region, this is Nagmangala cyst belt of Karnataka, will be important for lithium. Korkai region in Tuticorin, Gangai Kondacholampuram is in Ariyalur, Tamil Nadu. Then Mayali Damparai, this is also in Krishnagiri. So all these has to be located. For some small facts, these were in news. So both chota facts hai, so you can ignore those facts. You can simply locate these locations on the map, and that will help. Bankapur Wolf Sanctuary will be in Koppal district of Karnataka. Rattle Hydropower Project on Chenab River, Kishtwar district of Jammu and Kashmir. Tirthan Wildlife Sanctuary and Great Himalayan National Park will be in Himachal Pradesh. So all these has to be updated. Then I will be giving further the locations. Then there are certain animals in news. Caracal will be, it will be the wild cat. It will be wild cat. Look at this. This is caracal. It will be found in Rajasthan and Gujarat, and it is found in sufficient number. So IUCN status for this caracal is least concern. Then there are certain heliophysics missions which was approved by NASA in January. That is EUVST. This is to understand the sun's surface को understand करने के लिए this heliophysics missions have been approved by NASA. So who will be the nodal agency for this EUVST mission? JAXA is Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency will be the what will be the nodal agency to look after this UVST mission. And then EZIE, this is to study auroral electrojet. What is aurora? Aurora will be in because of Earth's magnetic field. Because of Earth's magnetic field in the northern pole and in the southern pole region, you will have aurora borealis, and aurora australis. Aurora borealis and aurora australis will be there. So to observe the phenomena of aurora will be this EZIE mission. So these are two heliophysical missions which was approved by NASA. Then there is concept of prepackaged insolvency. So prepackaged insolvency means what? कि insolvency means क्या होता है? To dissolve any company. So approval of resolution plans under National Companies Law Tribunal will be the pre-packaged insolvency. So this is basically nothing but an agreement for debt resolution. And it will have MS Sahu committee. Which committee will be there? MS Sahu committee will be for pre-packaged insolvency of those companies which have been bankrupt. Bankrupt जो हो चुका है उसके लिए, ठीक है? Then it was in news, cherry blossom festival was celebrated in Manipur. So sometimes in art and culture this can be asked. Look at this cherry blossom festival. That means what? The trees will be flowered. This festival will be associated with flowering of trees. Then adaptation gap report and emission gap report, both are being published by UNEP, United Nations Environment Program. What is adaptation? What is emission gap? Emission gap होता क्या है? So suppose with all the INDC commitments and all the commitments, India could manage to reduce 3 degrees Celsius up to the 3 degree Celsius, but the target was 2 degrees Celsius. Are you understanding what I am saying? That suppose India wants to reduce its global warming level to 2 degrees Celsius, and for that it has made a plan. Let's say INDC, intended national determined contributions, then national solar mission, these are the plans which are there. But what happened? India followed this completely. India followed this completely. And after following this also, India could not control this temperature of 2 degrees Celsius. It could it could be able to bring the temperature below 3 degrees Celsius, around 3 degrees Celsius. Means the expected target was to reduce temperature by 2 degrees Celsius, but it could bring the reduction in temperature by 3 degrees Celsius. So the additional emission which is required, to fulfill this gap, sorry, additional commitments which is required to fulfill this gap will be what? Will be the emission gap. This is basically emission gap which has to be fulfilled by the additional commitment. Are you understanding the emission gap? Emission gap का concept क्या है, समझ में आया? अरे tell me if you have not understood.
Yes, sir. The intention of reducing the.
नहीं देखो, what will happen? Suppose India ने plan किया कि 2005 लेवल से 2 डिग्री सेल्सियस नीचे तक क्या करेंगे? इमिशन को रिड्यूस कर देंगे. लेट्स से दिस वाज द प्लान फॉर द इंडिया, है ना? बट व्हाट हैपेंड दैट with all the commitments, with all the efforts, India could manage to reduce this to by 3 degrees Celsius only, and not reached till 2 degrees Celsius. So this 1 degree Celsius gap, this additional emission which was there, that is emission gap, and to deal with that, additional resources has to be developed. Are you understanding that? Now are you understanding that? So
Yes.
adaptation gap is basically national and international efforts to advance climate change adaptation. Basically it is to advance climate change adaptation. Okay. So very recently, international migration report was published by United Nations, and it has stated that there is a slowdown in global migration by 30%. Because of this COVID, global migration has been slowed down by 30%. Institution of eminence, are an institution of national importance. So if I talk to you about IITs and NITs, these are institution of national importance, and institution of eminence will be like JNU. JNU is institution of eminence, and that is not institution of national importance. Are you understanding that? So UGC grants the status of institutions of eminence. The criteria for granting the status is for that N. Gopalaswamy committee has been established. So this is on the basis of the recommendation of N. Gopalaswamy committee, the institution of eminence criteria will be granted. Next is financial stability report. So this can be directly be asked by UPSC. It has been asked by UPSC already. So financial stability report is published by RBI, and this time RBI has stated in this financial stability report that gross NPA may increase this time. It was 7.5% in 2020 to 13.5% in September 2021. Why this gross NPA will increase? Because of the economic slowdown. Recently, DRDO has innovated this ASME. ASME is India's first.
So the data that you provided here, that 7.5%, 13.5%, these data we have to keep in mind, sir, for the exam purpose, for PLE or means, whatever it is.
If you are not keeping that in mind, I have just extended it. Although this one is very highly important. This much is very high important. This even in the examination you can guess, right? With the help of your understanding with the help of learning the language of the question that because of the COVID, NPA is going to increase. Are you understanding? So this data I have given just to substantiate this. This is not very significant. You don't need to remember the data, but yes, this thing you cannot miss out. This has already been asked in UPSC.
Okay.
Ask me is India's first indigenous machine pistol, developed by DRDO. So look at this. This is the ASME pistol. Okay, so sometimes sometimes it also asks that what is NGC 2808. So Indian Institute of Aerophysics spotted hot UV bright stars in our Milky Way galaxy. So let's say how these stars are being developed. This is the nebula. Nebula is the gaseous forms. Look at this. This is the gaseous forms. Nebula means the initial phase of a star where the star will be in gaseous form. And then there are two types of development of stars will be there. On one side you have large star, on one side you have a small star. So large star will be developed. Why? Because the large particles will have the large amount of nebular mass which will be revolving around it. And because of heavy gravitational pull, there will be this large star will be there. And here fusion reaction will be there. Fusion. There are two types of reaction. Fusion means
Addition, and fission means depletion.
yes, fusion means hydrogen will be converting into helium, and fission will be depletion. So here it will be sufficient for the fusion. This fusion will result into creation of red supergiant, and after certain period of time, it heats up further, and then further it will be what? Exploded. Supernova explosion, explosive death of a star. Then the star will be dead. And then with this explosion, what will happen? That a lot of material and energy will be released. And there can be the creation of neutron star, or there can be creation of black hole. That's what is the idea. Neutron star will be a star which is highly compressed, highly dense star. um, you know um, this look at this. Protons and electrons left after a supernova are forced to combine to produce the dense neutron star. So protons and electrons will be combining this neutron star. And black hole is considered by the idea of singularity, that it will have all the mass will be present at this single one dense particle. Here even light will not be reflected back from the black hole. So the gravitational pull is so high in black hole. This is a zone of destruction. So this is how the stars will be there. And this small star will be going into red giant. Again, there also will be the explosion, and this small stars will be creating white dwarf star. So this is the life cycle of stars. So this is a quite significant diagram, and to understand this, how this stars are created and how it destroys, how this cycle exists. Are you understanding? Then coming to the next point, this is Shram Shakti portal to support the migrant workers. Interestingly, this has been brought by India. It is India's first national migration support portal. Will be done by Ministry of Tribal Affairs for smooth formulation of state and national level program for migrant workers. This is for smooth formulation of state and national level programs for migrant workers. So this is the Shram Shakti portal. Let's talk about India's Innovation Index. Report 2020. It is published by NITI Aayog. है ना. A global innovation index is published by WIPO. WIPO is a World Intellectual Property Organization under WTO, है ना. So in global innovation index, India's rank is 48 out of 131 countries, है ना. And India's innovation report 2020, in that Karnataka state is the topper among the states. And if you talk about the topper among states and union territory, Delhi holds the first position. Okay? Delhi holds the first position. So this is India's innovation report published by Niti Aayog. Then this is also in news, RISA. What is RISA? RISA is the tribal attire. This is the tribal attire of Tripura. Tripura ka tribal attire is RISA. And then this new Pradhan Mantri Kausal Vikas Yojana 3.0 has been launched for 2020-2021. Here, skill development will be demand driven. It will be decentralized, last with digital technology and industry 4.0 skills. What is industry 4.0 skills? That industry 4.0 skills will be focusing upon artificial intelligence, cyber physical systems, Internet of Things. So these all new technologies will be there, and there will be fusion of these technologies in order to develop the skill. So who has brought this Pradhan Mantri Kausal Vikas Yojana 3.0? Obviously, Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. So it is not just it will have the skilling and certification, and it will also be based upon recognition of prior learning. So certification will be given. Then Great Reset Initiative. What is this Great Reset Initiative? This Great Reset Initiative will be brought by World Economic Forum. Coronavirus lockdown के कारण, the problems which world economy has faced, to deal with that, this is the Great Reset principle. You can see, shaping the economic recovery, shaping the economic recovery, redesigning social contacts, skills and job, restoring health and environment, developing sustainable business model, revitalizing global cooperation, strengthening regional development, and harnessing the fourth industrial revolution. So this is what is the Great Reset plan by World Economic Forum to bringing back economy on track in the post-lockdown period. Okay, so this is Great Reset Initiative. Then let's see this Management Effectiveness Evolution Report. MEE report is brought by Ministry of Environment, Finance and Climate Change. Why is this report? This report is for ensuring effectiveness in biodiversity conservation. So this can be asked simply that Management Effectiveness Index will be used in which case? So for effectiveness in biodiversity conservation, simply that is the correct thing. Let's talk about then flash droughts. Like you have flash flood. Flash flood will be what? Flash flood will be what? A heavy amount of rainfall in a very short span of time will create the flash flood. So flash floods, if I talk about the flash floods, this is also in news very recently, the recent Jammu and Kashmir floods. Flash floods will be associated with heavy downpour in short span of time. So that is flash floods. Similarly, there will be flash droughts also. Yes. Recent floods which came in Uttarakhand. Sorry, I told Jammu Kashmir. Okay, recent floods which came in Uttarakhand. So that was associated with the flash floods. So similarly, there is a concept of flash droughts. What it happens, generally drought is a phenomena which takes a month, months to develop. But because of El Nino, because of climate change, what is happening, El Nino, because of the El Nino or because of the climate change, what is happening that these droughts are coming in a very short span of time. So this droughts happens within a week or 2 week time. That will be what? That will be this flash droughts. This will be flash droughts. So what are the regions for flash droughts? I already told you: El Nino, climate change, severe heating, deforestation, urban heat island. So all these will result into flash droughts. Then there is a concept of nanobodies which have been developed. Nanobodies which have been developed. What is nanobodies? Nanobodies is coming from the novel antibody fragments against, there are novel antibody fragments against SARS-CoV-2, है ना? कोविड का जो एंटीबॉडी बना है, उस एंटीबॉडी का जो फ्रैगमेंट्स हैं, दोज आर कॉल्ड nanobodies, are being collected for treatment of COVID related issues, है ना? So this is your from 1st to 10th January. In next session we will be discussing from 10th January to 20th January, and subsequently we will be going back, है ना? Because from January we'll move further. It will be very, very important. And if we go in 2020, what will be there, what was there in 2020, so we do not need to go for a very specific thing. We have to study in a very strategic way to get the question in UPSC. ठीक है? So बहुत ज्यादा पढ़ करके means पढ़ना है, but you have to understand the quality concepts, है ना? See, suppose let's see this PDF. If you have, it will take very less time to revise this PDF because you have understood the concept, you have understood all the concepts, and this PDF is very interactive in nature. You can see the PDF and you can revise immediately after this PDF. See, this was the second free session for this current affairs, है ना? There is a process. You can see, you can enroll on Satyamev IAS website or Satyamev IAS app, है ना? The program is listed. You can enroll it from there, and then we will add you to a closed group, and there we will be sharing all these PDF, all the materials, है ना? And all the classes information, everything will be shared to you. ठीक है? So okay, see you all. Good night, and work hard. All the best for your prelims examination, है ना? You please go and check there is a 10% discount going on for the initial 20 people. The fee is 14,000, but the it will come to effectively 12,600 for initial 20 people. So I think 5-6 more seats are left for this initial 20 people. So you can go, you can use the code initial 20, and you can call on the number which is mentioned. From there you will get all the information. Okay. So okay, see you all. Good night.